together. Yeah, this Ascendancy build has been sweet, Jade. I think you'll like it. This is a 2-lander, but we're on the draw. We draw into a blue source or a red source, and this hand will work. Hopefully we get there. They have to have a lot of hand disruption or a lot of counter spells for us not to get there. Speaking of counter spells. Against this deck, though, we'll have a lot of time maybe to draw to the draw to our outs. There's an Ascendancy. Opponent and I exchanging some, hey, good luck and have funs. Maybe the deck will be kind to us and give us a, ooh, the old flooded Bloodstained Mire deck. So this is Zoo. Zoo doesn't interact with us outside of disruption. They have a 4/4. Sure. Well, if we don't see third land, we just lose anyway. And we need it to not be a border post either. Ayya. Ayya. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, folks. I mean, if we're just going to die anyway, I want to try to show the least amount of information possible. They probably wouldn't know that this is a piece for this deck. This would be our biggest giveaway. Khalni Garden, plant, do nothing. Their hand could be like Tribal Flames and such. Down to 8. Tribal Flames, Bolt. Rokiric. Tribal Flames, Bolt. I don't know. We were on the draw. Hand looked good. We just never got there. We're actually, unfortunately, we're already like the way that I would want to be boarded for this matchup. I mean, maybe plus or minus the Barbarian. I mean, does Zoo bother having Cascade Hate? I guess we could take a peek. It's not a very prevalent deck right now, but it looks like fun. So I think a lot of people have picked it up, even though it's not doing all that great. Just curious. Yeah, I see this build's got like some Medley Mages in their sideboard. Seems like the deck's pretty all over the place as far as like this guy has a bunch of Chalices in his side. So it looks like it just depends. I mean, the Foundation Breakers do hit Scion, so they do have something that they hit. I think us being on Rokiric is too slow. Their deck's a little bit more efficient with Rokiric than ours is, so we could cut the Spyro. Really shouldn't do that. I really shouldn't cut those pieces. I think they'll scoop if I just kill all their creatures. I'm gonna cut an Ascendancy. Yes, if we just like loop into the Furies. And this hand looks good. This fight's a piece of hate. Keep. We'll play this out because Ferrouses aren't in. So it's essentially just a tap land. No blue source. So that's a little unfortunate. These might have been, what was that other land I was going to play? The, why did we decide on this one? Oh, because of the Foundation Breakers. Yeah. I mean, there's the green-white one. Oh, no, red for Spyro, yeah. Okay. I'm trying to remember why we decided on this one. Makes sense. So let's Sifter. Sifter, hardly even newer. What? Just dad jokes. And I'm not even a dad. Not even a dad making dad jokes. All right. We're pretty good to go off next turn, maybe, unless they have like some anti-cascade stuffs. We got troubled. It is a neat little deck. I'll give him that. I'd probably rather have the forest in my hand, wouldn't I? It's Outburst with green, still floating. This is 6 permanents. Should be healthy to go off from here, but you never know. So we do hit Ascendancy. We will shock. Blow up the agent. Hang on. Cancel. This on the bottom. Blow up the agent. We'll draw a card. I'll say yes. I would like to draw a card. Alright, so we'll draw a card. We'll kill the agent. Holding Cascade. Sorry, holding control and float. I actually can keep going because we have Shardless Agent mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's try to keep going. Maybe this was good enough, though. Yeah, I'm actually downgrading a little bit. Well, that's not necessarily true. Because we hit some mana production. But I don't have another Cascader in my hand. Like that, that may have been correct for me to stop there, folks. Say no. This may be good enough, though, folks. Could they come back from this? Yeah, they could just Tribal Flames me. Burn us out. Maybe I was supposed to make 1 food. I was probably supposed to make 1 food, actually, folks. Like, next turn, what am I doing? Foundation breaking their Shardless. Kavu. Ooh, or I draw an Outburst. Perfect. We should probably mash in. That's not true. We have Ascendancy. Is the extra permanent or the extra mana worth more in this spot? I think extra mana is worth more. Because I could put the breaker on the stack. It's either I want the extra permanent or I want the extra mana. I think I want the extra mana. It's actually neutral here because we could make treasures either way. So we're going to put the breaker on the stack. So if you're wondering why I'm not attacking yet, it's because we do have the Ascendancies in the deck. Put the Evoke on the bottom. Kill this. Once that's dead, we go for it. Yes. Outburst. This is quite a few permanents. I'm going to say no. Choose an Omnath to keep. Did not hit the... That's okay, though. Goblin Dark-Dwellers on the bottom. Do we want to pull another Glimpse out of the deck? I guess I do, because I don't got nothing here. No, that's not true. We target the Glimpses that are in the bin. I gotcha. We'll mark the Kavu. Might as well. We got 19 minutes on the old docket here. Click through these. Deal 4 damage. Fetch. Opponent says he's enjoying watching the fireworks. All right. Draw a card. Draw a card. All right. Let's float. Cast. All right, did we hit the Ascendancy? We still have not hit Ascendancy. We have more Tireless Provisioner stacks, so I'm going to do the Omnaths first. Tokens. I imagine we're going to loop into the Ascendancy this time, right? I'm just bravely just going ahead and letting us have all the permanents, folks. Normally I don't do this. I mean, we might just draw into it, though, the Ascendancy. But then I run the risk of hitting... do you have any other important things happening? We could let this go off. Let's float. I think we'll hit it this time, folks. Ascendancy? No Ascendancy. All right. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I mean, you can do every single Ascendancy in the deck and maybe not find... cancel. You can do every single Ascendancy in the deck and maybe not find... Excuse me. I can do every single Glimpse in the deck and maybe not find our 2 of Haste shenanigans. All right, hang on. I got to get these Omnaths off the stack. Let's start there. I think we have slightly more Tireless. It's pretty close. Whether I have more Tireless triggers or more Omnath triggers. And this, what's happening here is exactly why you want to crack more permanents. There's only 17 cards left. We'll try to draw a few cards and see if I can't spike it. If I can't, we will pass it to my opponent and we'll just hit them. I mean, like, I'm also at a super healthy life total. Actually, that's all that I really wanted to achieve against Zoo. So we'll just, maybe I won't even bother trying to dig for the Ascendancy. I'm sure it's like, there's 2 in the deck. I'm sure it's not that far, but. So don't bother clicking through the Tirelesses as well. Like pick either clicking through the Omnaths or the Tirelesses. It looked like there were more Tireless, but maybe that's wrong. So finish clicking through our Omnaths. Now we'll go down here. We're going to click through these. These do have a target, so I'm going to target them because they do have a target. The Furies. Fury, you don't have to. You can just say okay. Put these on the stack. Those are the draw triggers from the Omnaths, and then these are the Sifters. Certainly don't want to go through another Glimpse if we don't have to. Alright, tokens. And this is the part that takes a while. Like having this many... I mean, how many Tireless did we hit? Yeah, we hit 3 Tireless, so that's also why there's so very many triggers. And that's the case against some decks, right? This is the example. This is an example of a deck that I don't need to continue going. We're gonna have a ton of life because we hit multiple. We hit several Omnaths here. It's funny, as much as my opponent is typing and saying that they enjoy the combo I'm doing, they're certainly not scooping or anything. Say no to that. There's a Fury. No. Yeah, 14 cards left. One of them was, or 2 of those 14 were what we were hoping to hit. Go ahead and F6. Opponent Tribal Flames themselves for style points. Nice. Style points. Yeah, I don't know if they have hate for us. Oh, that's weird that my zoom is auto-zooming. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like my Moto is having some issues. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, I think we leave it as is. Their deck is kind of a glorified burn deck. If you want to see how Domain Zoo looks lately, it's kind of more like this. Just bolts. I feel like this deck also wants Boros Charm, but it looks like it's not bothering anymore. Okay. But yeah, maybe there's chalices in my opponent's sideboard. I mean, I have everything in that fights over chalice except for the Barbarian. Maybe this should be in too. Because, I mean, I do imagine in a perfect world what I'm doing should be more powerful. If we can just break through their any chalices they might have. Let's still keep in the Ascendancy for the hope to go off all the way. I don't know, maybe I don't need to. Like, against their deck, I feel like I don't need to, actually. Like, if I just gain a bunch of life like we did just now, it seems good enough. So I want the Furies, and yeah, let's run it back. I think we just loop. I don't think we need to actually loop a bunch and then just punch them, right? I don't think we need to have haste. This hand doesn't beat their chalice that they might have. I don't want to mulligan too much more, though. I'll keep here, and I'll tuck the, could just tuck a fetch, honestly. We just want to minimize damage we take. Alright, no chalice on 0. Huh. Puts back fetch, promptly draws fetch. This is the Void Mirror. This is the Kavu. Big boy Kavu. I mean, I'd rather not just try to go for it here. I mean, I feel like if they had the hate piece, they would have already played it out. But maybe not. Oh, yeah, Kavu chunks you. He really does. I was about to say, is he on the Mantis Rider plan? Or the Medley Mage plan? Yeah, we may not be able to wait. I may just have to try to go for it here. Hoping to hit Dwellers, right? I didn't cut any Dwellers or Glimpses, so we could loop. If I wait on this, there's a chance that they just spike us with a burn spell, right? If we wait. I think we go for it. There's a non-zero chance we get there. Or even just like hit, even just one Fury deals with or I tap wrong and kill us. That's funny. I'm probably dead here. They have 8. Their deck is mostly burn spells. I meant to get a white source. I meant to get a white source and just go for it. I don't know if 5 permanents would have been enough anyway. I find it highly unlikely that I'm not dead here. I did intend to shock and get a white source and try to go for it, but it's okay. We have game 3 to get there. Bolt kills us. Flames kills us. Yep. Oh, wait. I thought that wasn't... Oh, good games. That's right. We lost game 1 to Mana Screw. Yeah, I should have just gone for it. I don't know if there's a chance. Like, the thing is, we also didn't have more... that stinks. I thought we had another game to play, folks. That's right. We rebooted Moto, and I think that threw me off. This on. We came back, you know, even last league, right? We faced Blue Moon round 2, and yet we came back to prize last league. Sometimes you get your losses at the beginning of a tournament, right? So this hand's kind of crummy. Go ahead and mulligan this. This hand's a little bit better. Still pretty bad, though. Alright, so there's a Rags. No Fury from me. This is just going to get to run amok. Depending on what build this is of blue-red Rags, the Expressive. The Serum. Bottom twice. Okay. Wow, we've drawn the playset of Shardless. That's kind of impressive. Should I just start playing these out and letting them eat burn spells for us? Is that a weird thought? They hit my Spyro. Maybe they tap out to play my Spyro. Or nearly tap out. So they bottom top. Play my Spyro. So we do an Outburst. This is most surely dead. Unfortunately, it's an Unholy Heat and not a down to 10. I mean, there's not going to be a window when we can't go for it, right? Like, I'm assuming we're just going to get bolted here. Right? I guess I could try to Outburst in response to the bolts or something. I don't know. I'm assuming we're dead. There's a Khalni Garden that could have been good. There's Counterspell number 1. They might even be on Archmage's Charms. Some builds of this are on Archmage's Charms too. I feel like a Serum Visions build is probably going to be on Archmage's Charm. So I'm assuming this isn't good enough. So Blue-Red Rags brings in, I mean, it depends on what build they are. They could be Murktide because we didn't see, I didn't see, let's see, they don't actually have good answers for Rokiric. So here's the question. Do we want to try to fight over the 2 of, you know, like the 1 or 2 of like Chalices and such, or do we just want to, I mean, like we also could have drawn a Fury. They won't have ways to remove General Ferrous. Yeah, I almost wonder if we should just try out the Ferrous plan here on the play, and maybe on the draw we'll try to fight their hate. Now I'm sure somebody's thinking, well, Bruce, you've cut your Caverns of Souls, so can't they just counter your Ferrous? Yeah, like you bait with what you can. I don't know, maybe this is the completely wrong plan, right? Like, maybe I should still be trying to, like, to have all this set up like Sifters and everything, and yet, you know, to not have the ways to fight over Chalice. Maybe it's just all wrong. All right, let's mulligan this hand. This hand's crummy. This hand's quite a bit better. I'll keep and tuck a Provisioner. Yeah, I don't know if I like this sideboard plan for them. I mean, it's not like this could just be the Blue-Red Rags that isn't playing. Well, actually, this means they might have sideboard Blood Moon, so maybe I did want the Breakers. I mean, they have Dragon Rage. They have DRCs. They have Ragavans. Oh, this off-color fetch makes me think all the more that there's maybe Blood Moon over there. We could honestly just Fury away the Ragavan. It really is that bad if they get to connect with it. Like that it's worth 2 cards. Channeler do nothing. Alright, so this is where we want to try to stick Rokiric. Do I want blue or do I want green should they shut me out? Well, I have green right here, though. And shut me out, I mean Blood Moon. I don't know, maybe they're playing Prismari Command. That is something that could kill my Rokiric. They brought in their Aether Gusts. Yeah, Gust is unfortunate for our combo. That's for sure. Yeah, I think it's possible we can win this race. So here's a Golem. Alright, General's getting in. This is where an Ascendancy draw would be sweet. Is this Unholy Heat my Golem? Oh, the Provisioner. Okay. I think we're fine with that. It's a Unholy Heat that doesn't hit my Omnath. I mean, I imagine now they have a counterspell ready to go. And that's the nice thing about General Ferrous is as long as I stick the Ferrous, everything else I'm doing can get countered. I'm still making the Golems. I mean, they might have some Snapcaster Mages. It looks like this build's playing too. Channeler. Channeler Merc. I mean, this means I do get to resolve the Omnath, right? If they're playing Murktide here. So it's not all bad. It's a pretty big one, though. 6/6. Oh, Omnath, though, into fetch. So make a Golem. Draw a card. Play this. Start to go off. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, but Bruce By, is what you hit going to actually be better than what you have here? Right? Like, is what I cascade into going to be better than my board state right now? I mean, there's the possibility that I get to keep going, right? But, like, how many times is that going to be relevant? Right? So as it stands, though, they're swinging for 12 in the air, and I'm probably dead to a bolt or two, right? Just let's think about it. Even if they just have another DRC, right, well, they only get to delve one spell away. If I don't try to keep going for it, like, okay, next turn, they have to swing with these. I go to 10. I go to 4. I want to keep going because I could gain life. Honestly, I think I'll just try to keep going. It might be incorrect, folks. Yeah, because we hit double general. Oh, but we do hit a Dark Dweller. Whoa, they scooped? I don't think they should have scooped there, folks. I don't think they should have scooped. Okay, so we saw Aethergust come in. I would imagine they also have their 2 of Chalice of the Void. 3 counterspell, 1 spell pierce. 1 force. I mean, like, they're all going to be on a different, you know, split, obviously. Mystical Dispute also hits Murktide, though. That's not irrelevant. The Rokiric plan looked pretty good there. It was pressuring, but then in the end, it was just more powerful for me to wombo off, wasn't it? Does make you wonder, right, folks? Okay, so if we actually want to fight over the chalices, this is how we would. I don't think I want to. Against this deck, I feel like I need both the Rokiric plan. Well, so this might be where we cut the Rokiric plan and we try to make it so that our Wombo plan functions, but we still have Furies in. They might bring in their engineered explosives now that we've shown general, right? EE kind of sucks against us even still. There's also a 2 of Blood Moon hiding out in their sideboard. So maybe I at least want the breakers. Like, it's kind of impossible for me to have the Furies in And also, I mean, I can just cut the Ascendancies, especially if we're not going to have Rokiric. The deck starts to have diminished returns if I cut too much of the mana engine, of the Cascade engine. We're already missing an Ardent. I just think we can't have all these pieces, right? With them on the play, though, I just don't think that Rockiric's going to cut the beans. Like, it looked like he was last game. And he gave us a bunch of permanents before we womboed off, but... Let's try it. Let's try to actually punch through. So I have to punch through their counter magic, and I have to punch through Chalice. This looks like a hand to do it, though. Rather, this looks like a hand that's capable of doing it, I should say. There's only a couple dwellers left, right? Actually, I split this wrong because they could have a Thought Scour. Okay, we get them both. Sweet. They could have a Spell Pierce for this border post. It's very possible they have a Spell Pierce for it. Okay. I could have floated differently. I could have had the Dispute, couldn't I, folks? If I'd used the Khalni Garden to pay for the border post. Maybe that's going to be okay, though. That's a Spell Pierce that doesn't beat us later. Another Dispute. We could kill their treasure. Obviously, I'll feel really dumb if they top into a Chalice, though. Or Void Mirror or whatever. Sitting on Counterspell, that's fine. I need time to draw into the goods. They have 4 cards. I think I'm content to just sit for a moment. Dispute the Ragavan. It looks like it was their only Ragavan. Land drop, go. So it looks like they have lots of interaction. I thought they might be Archmage Charm drawing. Looks like that's not the case. A little bit of draw go here, folks. Another land drop. I mean, if they push the docket, like if they slam, you know, because of my maybe loose play earlier with my breaker, if they slam Chalice, of course, I'll try to go off in response. So it looks like a Merc. Do I want to tap them out with this Dispute? So they could have Force. I could get them to be tapped out, and then we try to go for it next turn. They let it go. Oh, okay. They do not want to have counter magic. Interesting. Do I want Aethergust to change the target to Agent? No, I have another Cascader in my hand. I want it to change to Ricochet Trap. We can keep going. We hit a Sifter, so we're going up permanents. We hit that, we're going up permanents. Gonna say no here. Let's wait for her to hit the table. Doesn't matter what I fetch. Outburst. We'll see how far we can go. To spin the wheel. Sometimes it's fun to just spin the wheel. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream and the dulcet tones of my voice and just hanging out, having a nice evening, nice Tuesday night. My opponent showed Lurrus. We could keep this Double Fury hand. We need to draw into our Cascader. Thinking Triome into Forest. That's where I'm thinking we're going to take this. A Memnite. A hammer build. How quaint. How cute. And then it's like, well, should I spend my Furies on the Memnite? It might be correct, as sad as that is, because if they do have hammer, obviously they'll just equip here. And then I miss my opportunity to kill the threat that's going to be carrying the hammer. But if what they have is next Stoneforge, I mean, gosh, this match is just so horrible sometimes. I might literally spend a Fury on a Memnite just out of fear that they do have hammer next turn. Because you miss your window for the Fury to be effective anymore. The classic spend a Fury on a Memnite dot play. The Stoneforge. So we can't stop them from putting the hammer on the Nexus now, right? If they have another land. Yeah, if they have another land, there's nothing I can do to stop them. Ooh, or I can just draw the Outburst. Nice. Thank you, deck. So we're going to go off with one more permanent. I have very few Omnaths still in the deck, but here we go. It's our whole hand played out, huh? Glimpse. Make some mana, draw some cards. Spyro's excellent to hit when I just dump like that. Well, or I just whiff. Okay. Well, we'll need to top deck. No flying blocker either, so I'm just dead here. They attack, they put the hammer on it, we lose. GG. Our sideboard plan for this deck is pretty straightforward. We just bring in the breakers. Wonder what we were going to draw. Dwellers is coming up. Yeah, these come in. Hammer does have hate that they bring in. Hammer fights us with some combination of Void Mirror. Sometimes you see Chalice. Sometimes you see Draneth Magistrate. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Cut the Spyro. We still want the Furies. So we want all this. Let's be greedy. I'm going to cut one Ascendancy. I'm going to cut one Glimpse. And that's it. I think I like that sideboard plan. So this hand has Breaker and this hand has a Cascader. Should probably keep it. So let's take out the aid. We have another one. They could have like play land, play double hammer. I think I think I'll play out the Ascendancy. So go. They swing and they don't attach. Gosh, they swing and don't attach? Do I have time to Omnath then? They swing and they don't attach. Wow. I think I have time to Omnath. So we'll draw a card, draw a card. Yes, yes. Draw a card. Get to punch him for 4 if I want to. Maybe that's wrong. This is where they go land, land, hammer, hammer. Looks like they kind of had a crummy draw. Oh, okay. Well, we just kind of get to go off with all the fireworks. I'm going to be very sad as we shuffle our Temur Ascendancy away, right? Maybe I should punch them with Omnath again. No, that's not true because we could hit the Ascendancy. Yeah, let's be brave. We could hit Ascendancy again. It's getting shuffled back into the deck. But, oh, got to tap white. And let's leave green open. Yeah, you like the Ascendancy Darth combo? I've been liking it too. Maybe it's Stoneforge and no second land. Very possible. Let's keep going. Let's blow up the aid. We blew up the first aid, so that's definitely what we're blowing up. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Going. Yes, and fetch before this Dark-Dwellers goes off. Because they're done. I'm sideboarding into general Ferrous Rokirics against the certain decks. I like our sideboard plan. Or I like how I sideboarded us. Yeah. So, General Ferrous with Ascendancy. Make a Golem, it's hasty. Draw a card. Alright, so this hand has a Fury. This does not have Artifact Hate. You're combining both decks you've been working on? Yeah. I feel like moving forward, I always maybe want to do... I feel like these cards were meant for one another. So I feel like even moving forward, I might be doing Temur Ascendancy, Rokiric. And this deck is happy to be playing General anyway in the sideboard because it's already an Omnath deck. I'm excited about it. I don't know. This hand is basically just a Fury. But I'm actually going to keep it and hope they just don't have hate for us. Like, this fights the Magistrate guy. It doesn't fight, you know, Chalice or Voidmere, but it fights Drannith. And some of these builds are just playing Dranniths. Just playing Drannith Magistrates, which I like. The deck needs something to carry the hammer. It makes sense. So, kind of hoping that's the hate that they drew this game instead of Chalice. I haven't seen what hate they have yet. So, Sentinel. Okay. Could just toast both of these. They have 2 cards left. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe they're going to go Drannith Magistrate right here. Ooh, Saga. Saga do nothing. What does it mean? Well, they didn't have Drannith. That's at least what that means. Nice. We drew another land. Excellent. Deck is functioning. Good job, deck. Good job. We go for it here, right? Off of an agent. If I don't, what am I doing? I'm shocking and holding up Outburst in case they have a hate piece or they try to kill me. If I'm not doing any of that, I should just play out maybe the Provisioner. I don't know. They could kill from this position. And then I'll want to be able to Outburst in response to them trying to hit us with Hammer. Yeah. Let's go for maybe the end step, Wombo. Because I don't really want to go off. I'd rather wait a turn. So they make a construct. Yeah, I'd rather wait to go off next turn, but we may not have the opportunity to. So I think that's worth the 2 life. In case they present I don't think they'll be able to present lethal, though. Yeah, I may just end step Outburst. Honestly, maybe I should have gone for it, right? Because I might get Breaker and get to blow up the Saga. I don't know. Now I'm kind of wishing I'd just gone with... All right. Can we hit what we need? So I am glad that I shocked. Outburst, can I find what we need? Need a flying blocker or need removal for hammer or nexus? We do get some of those things, so I'll say no. Fury to take out the paladin. I can't kill them both, right? I have to choose here. Yeah, I can't actually get the construct killed, can I? We get to live to fight another day, folks. And we're set up for next turn. The sneaky glimpse of tomorrow, right? You never expect it. We're going to be going down Sifter, but that's okay. Fury kills the Pure Steel. That's excellent. Very happy with that outcome. Yeah, so Sifter blocks. Oh, wait. This doesn't have... Hang on, can we just kill it? Hold on. Did I miss appropriate damage? Hang on. So this is an 11-11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could actually just kill the Nexus here by spending a lot of my permanents, couldn't I? This plant is almost lethal, by the way, which is funny to me, that the plant almost is lethal. I mean, I want to keep my Provisioner because I could hit a land, right? I think I'm okay to give up 2 permanents, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We kill the Nexus. Yeah, that seems good. I think I like this. And then we go off. That was kind of sweet, wasn't it, folks? I did leave in an Ascendancy, right? Yeah, I did. So, because there's 2 of them now. So I'm not going to... Yeah. Thank you, Dogman. Yeah, indeed. Indeed does not have flying. We could shock, right? Okay, he's done. Biomes for... Good luck and have fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. The chillness, the attitude, the positivity. I hope it just is enjoyable for you guys to hang out and enjoy. This hand's really not great. It has no build-up. Has no setup, I should say. Even this hand's like slightly better. Not by much, though. Actually, no, that's not true. This hand isn't better, right? Nah, this hand's not better. Our opening hand was better, but I was hoping to hit like, you know, Gardens or Sifters. Both hands needed some... Yeah. This one, because it had a Borderpost, is going to technically get out more permanents overall. They're going to take my Agent. This is Red-Black Lurrus or Grixis Lurrus. We do have ley lines in our sideboard, which I think it's been a nice addition. I've really liked these. I tend to run into a Thoughtseize deck at least once a league, so it seems. Oh, wow, we drew the Garden? Excellent. Because I don't really want to play out Provisioner just to get it, you know, destroyed. If they have Ragavan, maybe they should just dash it. I think that's what they're thinking about. They decide not to dash it. Okay. Another Garden. Trying to work their way through my plants. All right, so this is Grixis Ragavan. We did play against this archetype earlier today. Yeah, because they have the Drowns, I don't know if I like the General Ferrous plan. I feel like I like General when we know that he's probably not going to be able to be targeted. Oh, this is actually Grixis Shadow. There isn't always Shadow. I don't have a fetch to go with this Provisioner. I think that's okay. There really isn't much point to playing out the Borderpost, actually. It's a Shadow list that doesn't get to play. This is a whiff. I mean, it grows their Shadow. So maybe they knew that. I don't know. Give me a top deck hero. Oh, they don't have removal. Wow. I'm not going to block the Shadow, though I could. This is way more permanents if I keep this. Barbarian, huh? I mean, mana's not our bottleneck. It's going to be if I can live. If they have a Battle Rage, we're just dead anyway. Token. Plundering, because Plundering makes us mana no matter what I do. I mean, I could blow up this treasure. Might be correct, too. Oh, I did the wrong target, though. That's fine. No Ataxies. I meant to blow up their treasure there. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me too much. It looks like they have plenty of mana over there anyhow. But I did intend to blow that up, I think. So they grab their Lurrus. They play a DRC. It is not deliriumed. They attack Shadow. They attack Rags. Okay, so I get to kill the Rags. I like it. I'll take this hit. I don't think I'm going to crack the food. All right, come on, deck. Give us something good. Give us the goods. Okay, that's kind of the goods. That's like some of the goods. So I kind of need to wait till they lure us, right? I can't really afford to take a hit from this Dragon Rage Channeler, though. More food. I should have eaten the food. I was being very greedy to think that I was going to rip a Cascader. It's being greedy, chat. As Bruce By can certainly do. Kill the DRC. Kick it back to the opponent. Attacking feels bad. So here's Lurrus. Lurrus brings back the DRC. Lurrus can bring back the Ragavan. Bolt my Fury. Dash the Ragavan. All right, Provisioner bites the dust. All right, are we going to draw it? Will we draw it? No amount of me cracking these foods is going to save me, so we might as well keep the permanent. Omnath the hit. Okay, that means we could draw a Cascader instead. Cascader? Aw. Hey, if we don't draw any Cascades, that's what happens. Is indeed what happens. All right, so I like the Furies because we got to deal with Rags. We got to deal with DRC. So Grixis, I feel like I just want this stuff. I feel like General Ferrous is not a fair plan just because they do have some number of Drown in the Lock. I mean, if you look at their list, maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should be on the Rokiric plan. I don't know. I also see Terminate in some of these builds. Kolaghan's Command. I don't think it's worth it. I think I want this 7. We'll leave in the Barbarian. We'll slim here, slim here, slim here. Not going to cut this. I'm going to cut here, cut here. 2 more, huh? Cut an Ascendancy or 2. I don't know if we need the haste attack. I think they'll scoop if we start going off. I don't think we need it. Or not scoop, but I mean, I think the value is enough rather to win. All right, so this has plenty of hate to fight over. Oh, you know what? I forgot to also. I feel like it's hard though to bring in also the Leylines. I kind of want also Leyline because they are Thoughtseize deck. The Shadow build is, I should say. Anyway, I'll keep, and we just hope to top deck more Cascaders because they're probably going to take this Outburst. We can fight over if they do indeed have, you know, Void Mirror or Chalice. We can fight over it with these breakers. The Ragavan. That was the game I decided to play, as I wanted to try to play through their counter magic. Speaking of playing through counter magic, we'll go ahead and suspend this glimpse I just drew. I know that feels horrible to draw a glimpse. I kind of have to suspend it because I only have 3 in right now. When I do the greedy boarding thing that I just did. Some greed boarding. He stole my Needleverge. Appreciate you guys tuning in to check out the Brew Spy Show. You know, I know there's a lot of other streamers. I know there's a lot of other great Magic content producers out there, and yet you guys have tuned in here. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday. Do you guys enjoy Grixis Shadow? Do you think it's kind of cool that we're seeing Grixis Shadow again? I think that's kind of cool. Borderpost, huh? So this does let me go up a permanent, which is one of the nice things about these. Their synergy isn't just for general. Like, I can go up a permanent here by just playing this out. So now we're up to 4 permanents. Yeah, the border posts have really grown on me in this archetype. I don't know if I'd play more than 2. Obviously, it has drawbacks, but yeah, I kind of like it. So they play out a Chalice on 0. Okay. Yes, Dress Down is in the list. It's interesting. Because you get to bring it back with Luris. I mean, Dress Down kills constructs. I think it blows my mind that it took that long for people to realize that that card's sweet. But sometimes it takes someone like an influencer or a streamer to make people realize a card is sweet. Speaking of sweet, do we just go for it? I think we go for it, right? Like we're going to die. At least if I go for it with Shardless, and maybe I shouldn't have even fetched. Like maybe our life points are that tight, you know? I could have put Breaker on the stack and then tried to Violent Outburst before it goes off. So they do have the Drown. It looked like they have a Drown just because they left 2 mana open. Their deck's pretty proactive. So they do have the Drown for that, but I get the blocker. Say okay. But will she actually get to block? We have a Glimpse coming off next turn. This looks like Croxa? Unholy Heat Croxa, maybe? It's gonna be close. Maybe I'm just dead. They could have like Bolt and Croxa. I mean, if they go for Croxa, that means they don't have an answer to this Glimpse. But I'm only going off with 5 permanents. I mean, I have a Violent Outburst behind it. But being at 1 means I have to hit basically exactly Omnath land. Well, that's not true. I'm discarding. I have cards to discard, so I'm not actually taking the damage from the Croxa here. Got a Glimpse coming off. I actually should float the mana in the upkeep because since we have Outburst, I could keep going off. We could loop in our upkeep. It's not ideal. But if you have Outburst in hand and you have if you have a Glimpse that's suspended, for example. You'd be surprised. So, like, yes, this was like our very first draw of this game was we drew a glimpse off the top, and I went ahead and suspended it off of the Raugrin in the mountain, right? And you would sit there and think, okay, Sean, isn't this going to be too slow, especially against like Shadow? Not necessarily. They've brought in some sideboard stuff and they're diluted, right? So here comes Kroxa. Gonna dump a Foundation Breaker. You got this glimpse coming off in the upkeep. I guess they're just banking that we can't get there, right? More green and red mana, actually. Because we're going off in upkeep. Here we go. Hopefully this resolves and they don't have something. I don't know what it would be. Flusterstorm? I don't know. Flusterstorm wouldn't work here. So we do get to keep going. That was not a very good hit. But I do get to keep going. Do I want to play around Bolt? Shoot. Do you think they have a Bolt? I mean, we could play around Bolt. I miss making 1 mana, but that's true. They could have a Bolt. This could be a lot closer than I even realize. Give me an Omnath, please. It's not like I'm going down a permanent to make this to not grab the Misty target. We get to keep going. There's an Omnath. There's and we hit no lands though. Gonna have to try to keep looping. More permanents though. We hit double Sifter, so that's a lot more permanents. They don't have enough mana to crack their explosives here. Drew a Provisioner. Let's keep going. A lot more permanents this time. Cast. The Wavesifters are really important to this archetype. Ooh, we hit some lands this time. I'm going to say no to that. Continuing to play around Bolt that I actually think they might have. They might actually have that Bolt, folks. I can't afford to crack these clues, right? I just need to keep spiking here. I mean, I haven't really dealt with their board at all, right? I haven't hit a single Fury. We just need to get lucky, right? Let's keep going. The goods? That's kind of the goods. No. Alright, so we Fury away the DRC and the Ragavan. We've got a game here. And I get to carry over this Tireless Provisioner mana. I can take out the explosives if I need to. I don't know if I need to. They go down to 8. I go up to 8. We did not hit our hasty thing. I don't think I can. I think I'm supposed to crack all these clues here. I have plenty of floating mana. Might as well. Draw a bunch of cards. Like, what am I hoping to hit? Dispute's interesting. Dwellers. Dwellers could let me keep going. Cancel. Yeah, Dwellers can let us keep going. Is that what we want to do? Like, what am I hoping to achieve? Our board's already good enough, right? I guess hitting Omnath again, putting them to 4 is tempting. Blowing up the engineered explosives. Well, I have the Foundation Breaker in my hand. I guess just popping their explosives now is tempting. I'm tempted to just try to keep going, folks. How many glimpses do I have left in the deck? I have 1 in my bin. Didn't we side one out? I sided one out, so all I really have is this last one. We could dwell and do the last one. Yeah, it's tempting. Is this me trying to fly too close to the sun? Pretty sure we're winning on board, though. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I just popped the engineered explosives. Right, because I could literally get a worse glimpse than this, right? Isn't it possible I could like end up without an Omnath somehow? Rather just cast the breaker. If that's what I'm doing, just cast this. They have 3 cards in their hand. I can't imagine we lose, right? I don't even die to Bolt because I can. Oh no, I do die to Bolt. Well, we already locked in the decision, right? I do die to Bolt. You know what I wouldn't have if I waited on my fetching, right? If I waited on my fetching, I could have fetched during their turn to gain 4 life. We win, but it's like, I think I could have played that a little smarter. If I just kept 1 fetch back, I could have gained 4 life during their turn. I would have needed to wait for them to go for Bolt. That was good. I like that. I liked that sideboard plan. Yeah, I think Grixis is not a general Ferrous plan. They, I mean, they might not have their, you know, Kolaghan's commands and stuff in right now. Yeah, that felt good. That felt good. Yeah, let's run it back. I mean, they do have hand hate. I just don't think I can also have that in, though. So this hand has their counter magic beaten at least, and it has an early fury, but I mean, we could top into the, I mean, I feel like in matchups like this where I'm not bringing in the ley line, I just have to kind of hope to top deck into the Cascaders, right? And I didn't cut any. They're all in. All right, there's Rags. I might just want to fury that away. Gives them such an advantage. Grixis actually, lately I've been seeing Grixis and Shadow even only on 3 copies of Rags, which might blow your mind, but, and it might be for budget considerations, it might be for legendary considerations, you know, why they're only playing 3. Doesn't mean this opponent is only on 3. So here's that Thoughtseize. You got it? They're going to take my Sifter. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe they take the Dispute. Depends on if they have a counterspell or not. They're not playing that many counterspells because they're trying to... Like, yeah, they do have Aethergust. That's what I'm... Oh, wow, they took my Dispute, so they do have counter magic. Okay. Or they just didn't want to take the Sifter. I mean, Sifter is a draw to for me. But yeah, I mean, if they're thinking they're hoping to draw into counter magic or what have you, it makes logical sense to take the Dispute. Don't get me wrong. You know, this is Dull Drifter, right? This is like draw cards over a really long period of time. I mean, they printed this card essentially for the Glimpse archetype. You know, Bubble do nothing. Okay. Well, whatever counterspell it is, they don't have it. I mean, I could just go off right here with 5 permanents. I could wait 1 turn. And then we get to Provisioner into Scalding Tarn, make more permanent. Yeah, we'll wait a turn. Could always outburst in response to like an Inquisition or Thoughtseize. Which I will. So 5 permanents down to 4, but the permanents that we got were pretty good. I got Omnath with enough to do the full thing. When it comes to Grixis Shadow, do we actually want to deal the 4 damage off the Omnath? I think we do because I have Fury Omnath. Like I could be helping them get a Shadow on the table, right? But I think we do want the last mode of the Omnath to come through here. We'll space it out, though. We'll space it out. So, we'll deal the damage. Nearly put them to dead. They're at 1. I mean, this is pretty handedly ours. All right. I'll see what I can do, Go Games. This hand's pretty bad. It's actually not that bad. It's got a Spyro. It doesn't have much else going for it, though. You played a fetch, had one uncracked. No. We did deal the 4 damage Ace Spades during my turn. I don't know of a way to deal... We did deal the 4 damage Ace of Spades. We did deal the 4 during my turn. I don't know of a way for me to get... Like, unless I'm playing Growth Spiral, which I wouldn't in my Glix... You know, obviously in a deck that were CMC 3 and above. I'm not sure what you're referring to. And I'm saying that with every desire to try to understand. Actually, I might put back an Omnath instead. Like, I'm with you. We did do 3 lands during my turn. We did deal the 4. I was for a second there as a silly Magic player considering, oh, but they're a Death Shadow deck. Do I actually want to deal the damage? And yeah, I mean, unless they had like play Black Source, play 2 shadows, we were pretty handedly away ahead of them. We could review the game. I'm not saying that you're. I don't necessarily see how we do it again. Spades. I see how we do it the first time. I see how we deal the 4 damage to each opponent, each planeswalker the first time. I don't see how we were to do it during my opponent's turn as well. I may have missed it. Did you get the 3rd Omnath trigger? So I did get the 3rd Omnath trigger on... Oh, wait, you know what? Were we going off during their turn, Ace Spades? Maybe you're right. I think I'll feign ignorance here. Maybe we'll remind me to look at it together later. I think... Also, I thought he played land, fetched, then passed. All right, let's see. No. I think Ace of Spades might be onto something because I think I did go off during my opponent's turn. Maybe that's what I'm sitting here missing. We went off in response to my opponent's Inquisition, right? So I think that's where my confusion is, Spades. So I think I'm the one confused. Really. That's really fascinating that we could, like, with the same Omnath, by going off during my opponent's turn or my opponent's end step, we're able to, like, get the full value off of Omnath even in just, like, 1 turn cycle. That's cool. I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for that. My opponent is playing the Rack. What other deck goes Swamp Swamp? Inquisition. Like, what other deck does this? This has got to be the Rack. Am I playing the Rack in the final round? Yes, you expected to meet hostile drow in this ancient ruin, but they fled. Yeah, I was expecting to not run into the Rack. We have a great matchup against them because I get the board into ley lines, but, like... Is this even a thing? Is this Smallpox? Smallpox my forest away? Oh, you combo during their turn, cracked 1, dealt 4, attack with Fury. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we could go back and review it even if we want to. But I think I believe you. I think I don't... Why did you tap the other land? Maybe this is an instance where we don't have to go back and check it out. All right, because of what their deck is, we're just going to go for it off of 5 permanents. And 5 permanents, honestly, yeah, it's just a Torok deck. Some sort of... It just looks like the Rack. I would imagine there's like Mind Wrench. Doesn't matter at this point. Also, I think you're a heavy favorite. No. Ace of Spades. I am admitting that I was wrong there, and I think you're right. I think that I did miss an opportunity to double up on the Omnath that I didn't even notice. And I'm just saying that that's my, that's my bad or my ignorance there, which I have no problem admitting. But yeah, I did not see it. If I had seen it, I would have done it. Did not see it. Alright, our board's pretty good. They need to Damnation here. They could be playing that one. I've seen some Rack players play the 3-drop. The 3-drop sweeper is kind of popular among this particular crowd. Granted, they don't get to untap, but like against some decks, you don't really care. I'm sure that's always frustrating from the hard to track, especially while streaming. Well, but I want to master it more. I mean, I feel like if I was to stream, for example, the tournament this weekend, like I would want to stream it, so you guys could tune in and see how the deck's doing. I think as cool as this sideboard plan is, like, I don't know, I keep running into decks that have multicolored answers to him. So I don't know. Maybe we'll find this is an example of a match where the general Ferrous plan might be legitimate. Ace of Spades, thanks for that follow. Do you like me calling you the Ace of Spades? I know you're Ace X Spades, but I figured that's what you were going for. Welcome to the Brew Crew. Thanks for that follow. All right, Mind Wrench. Liliana. All right, cool. I mean, if they had the other thing that I'm thinking of, Bantu's Last Reckoning, they would have fired that off very quickly. This Liliana's going to kill a plant. I actually played this matchup earlier in the practice league, or the practice room, or whatever you want to call it. Tournament practice room. Like, this feels real bad from their side, because especially since now I'm sideboarding into Leylines. General Ferrous's. I drew double Ascendancy. Does not really do anything. I'm going to ignore that Lily. Plant. Hey, plant. You stay back. Yeah, glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out on a Tuesday. A lot of other places you could be, a lot of other streams you could be checking out, but for some reason you're here. That warms my heart. Thanks for being here. You having a good Tuesday? Oh, the Lily. They need like Bantus or I love their deck now. I wasn't very excited about their deck, but now I'm into it. Please don't combo off. I feel like Waste Not though really wants a red splash because of Burning Inquiry. I don't feel like this is the shell. I feel like it's like a hollow one kind of feel, like Burning Inquiry, but they get to draw a card. Sometimes this deck does just like beat down with the rejects. I'm sorry to call you guys the rejects. I'm not cracking this treasure to crack a clue just to hope to draw a land. That seems foolish. Because this is a mana source. Alright, so far so good. Just got home from a weekly at the local game store. Feels weirdly back to normal. That's a wonderful thing though, isn't it? There's some normalcy. So what kind of hate do you think they'll have for us? Or do we literally just want to do this? Just chunk these in and not look back. Cut these. I mean, there could be Ensnaring Bridges over there. That's a fairly popular card for that archetype as well. Cage, probably. Do you want these too? These are all the possibilities. These are the nopes. We don't necessarily need Spyro. I can cut a Glimpse. I can cut a Dweller. I mean, if we think they're going after my graveyard, we should cut more Dwellers. That happens a lot after board. People go after our graveyard. I don't like going below 3 Glimpses if we can help it. So I still have 4 cuts to make. Bridge as well, like the Breakers. Okay, let's cut the Plea. It's the weakest Cascader. Let's leave in the Borderpost. Obviously, we have the Rokirics coming in. I'm excited about this plan. With the Ascendancies, we get to leave in all the Ascendancies. I mean, I might still cut an Ascendant. Well, no. I think when we bring in the playset of Rokiric, that's when I want to still be jamming the Ascendancies. I mean, we can cut Provisioners. Like, they're super strong when we're going off, but if our plan is to be a little bit more fair and just, like, beat down, they're the weakest piece. I'm not going to cut them all. I would cut one Omnath because of the Legendary rule, but that's kind of moot, and then maybe 2 of these. I think we're just mostly on the general Rokiric plan. Don't think you need general? Oh, we're going to give him the general. But, yeah, maybe it's wrong. This hand's interesting. This hand has lots of breakers, we just need to draw into green source, right? We have lots of time against their deck. I feel like I might even keep this opener and just wait. I mean, like, most of my lands are green. We have a playset of Garden. Like, we're never hurting for green. Rarely do I get starved on green. The border posts are also green. Like, we have so many just naturally green sources. I think we could keep this. I'm going to keep this Leyline hand. If this didn't have Leyline, definitely mulliganing, but against this archetype, Leyline's just insane. Like, their deck thrives on that many decks don't have Leyline. Like, they just don't beat this card often. Omnath letting you kill with... Yeah, that's true. The Omnath damage is important against Ensnaring Bridge decks. You can target yourself with that. Alright, Shrieking Affliction. Drew a Glimpse. That's not great. It's not a great draw. I mean, I would suspend it. This match can be slow enough for me to do so. I just don't see how they get us down to the right number of cards. I mean, like, Liliana still works. Mutavault still works. I just feel like this shuts off a lot of what Rack's trying to do. Third land, please, deck. Actually, I kind of want second red source, don't we? To just suspend Glimpse. That is the funny thing about this deck, is we actually have we have some heavy red stuff. So even when people Blood Moon us, like, oftentimes we can still get the the outbursts to work. Like, this whole section of the deck still functions oftentimes when we get Blood Mooned. So it's not, our deck's not as bad against Blood Moon as it looks like. I mean, yes, like, that's a scary card for us, but we're not, like, immediately dead. They are a waste not deck, so maybe, you know. Yeah, I think I shock and suspend. We got what we wanted. Alright, with the ability to get Delirium so easy in Modern, is Whispers of Emrakul better? Often not. I like that card. I was trying to pull off that card for a while. Go Games. What do you mean better now? Just because everybody's jamming Mishra's Bauble? I mean, my builds of Whispers of Emrakul, I was playing Mishra's Bauble. Is there anything in particular you're referring to that made... Are you thinking of Dragon Rage Channeler? Alright, so that is something that does work despite the Leyline. She's scary. I may just want to go ahead and blow up the Shrieking. I don't know. What's up, Corpsey? I'd probably let go of the Dwellers and hope to spike White Source for Omnath. But I don't even know if we want to do that because they have Lily. I mean, this is the scariest thing that they can have, despite me having Leyline. We just need our deck to, like, do the thing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I actually don't want to play out Omnath just yet. Actually, I don't even want to fetch, right? Like, we're hoping for more lands off the top. Yeah, I mean, we have an Omnath. We blow this up. I'm just trying to give my Omnath Lily insurance as part of the reason. Yes. Spade says you would fetch. Let's not forget that we don't get to choose when we suspend tomorrow. Like, oh, Nick's right. Lily can't target me. I'm being silly. Maybe I should have kept the Foundation Breaker because they could have bridges in. Maybe I should keep this, actually. It's so tempting to keep the Omnath, though, right? Oh, they're firing up the Mutavault. Okay. They ditched an Inquisition. They ditched a Raven's Crime. Yeah, I mean, we turned off quite a few cards, looks like. Yeah, we'll draw and then fetch, I think. I think we'd be okay with even one more land, wouldn't we? Because Omnath? Right? Maybe not. Maybe I should fetch before we draw. I have changed my mind. Oh, okay. So, oops, did I not tap? I guess I didn't. Red, white, there we go. I mean, against my opponent's deck, wouldn't I sandbag the land? I guess I won't because the Omnath triggers might be relevant. Okay, it looks like it wasn't relevant. Like, I mean, I'm going to gain my life, but I think I hold the fetch because I can't, like, benefit from the mana it's producing anyhow. We'll punch the Lily. Actually, I don't get to because Mutavault. Well, we're actually very happy if that's what they do with their Mutavault, aren't we? I go after the Lily. Maybe they sacrifice a Mutavault. Do I even want that to happen? Do I really want to be going down the permanent? Maybe this is all wrong, folks. Because, like, I'm not going to get to attack the Lily. Yeah, I should have gone with Omnath. Well, Omnath would have also gotten blocked by the Mutavault. I don't know, I'm scared of this Lily ultimate. Kinda. Oh, yeah. I should have just played the Scalding Tarn, you're right. That'll get discarded. Especially since she can't minus. That's truth. Yeah, I should have played the fetch. Because I could have cracked it. Cracked it during the upkeep. Like, play this instead of the mountain. Crack it during upkeep. Gain 4 more life. Could be relevant. Is relevant. It is relevant. No. Well, I hope this is a good glimpse. Because we kind of don't have anything left. We did win the first game, though, right? So, yes, we did. Didn't we? We did. Yeah, we did. We did. We womboed off. Tired Brew Spy. Forgive. Big Ben with the rate of 14. This glimpse will be awkward, though. Leyline's putting in so much work, and it's going to go away. It is going to go away. Hey, how's it going, Big Ben? MTG, thanks very much for the raid. How did your stream go? What were you playing? We could hit one of the other 3, though. Yeah, that's true. I should have played the fetch. That was silly of me. So we're playing in our final round of this league. We're 3-1 right now. Our final round is against the Rack. What a weird world this is. Smallpox. Ouch. Red is usually more important when I'm going off during the upkeep, so I'm going to sacrifice the island, I think. Honestly, though, I like our fetches surviving when we're comboing off because we can spend our fetches to get basics. I don't even know if I want to get rid of the island. I might get rid of my fountain, actually. I know it seems strange, but... Or no, I meant to get rid of either ground or steam vents. I mean, this is resolving. We're going to have different permanents, but... Just a thought. I'd prefer green and red mana when we're going off in the upkeep. Alright, there we go. We'll float. I know that probably looks strange to you folks, but... The reason is because we have this glimpse that's currently suspended. We're going to have different lands anyway. This seems good for you, though, doesn't it? I don't know. Oh, perfect. We hit the Ascendancy. Easy game, easy life. I'll have a hasty Omnath. I'm sitting here thinking, how are we going to hit the Liliana? We just hit Ascendancy. Yes, I'd like to draw a card. Oh, we drew Rokiric? That's fun. Ooh, but I hit Outburst and I have all this floating mana. We should just hit the Lily, right? I don't know, guys. Glimpse totally deserves the old border. It's got that old magic swagger. Man, do I just hit the Lily and be happy? They're gonna tear my hand apart next turn, aren't they? Cast General. It's my upkeep right now. I won't be able to. Big Ben says I think so. I think we just punched the Lily. Outburst. Won't cast Glimpse. What do you mean? Do I know of any high-level Magic events? There's the QP tournaments are coming up this weekend. I just punched the Lily, right? And then we wait? Oh, just for the extra damage? I can't cast General right now. It's my upkeep, guys. We went off. This was a suspended Glimpse, but I'm considering continuing to go off, and I think it's wrong. I mean, yes, there's so much mana, but going off during my upkeep, I'm limited to basically just the outbursts. No, I'm not in a main phase, Spades. I think we let it go. I'm gonna let all that delicious mana go. And, like, I could, yeah. I like killing Lily, too. And they have 1 permanent left after all this. Like, in response to them having anything, we could fetch Outburst. I doubt that's going to be... Well, we saved both fetches for our own turn. Sure, Garden. Why not? Like, with the Ascendancy, I don't even need to Outburst, right? We just General and we just kill them here, right? Because they have haste. This is so cool. I'm excited that we're seeing the General plus the plus the Ascendancy. Couldn't I just get basic? That's probably wrong. I should get something that complements these. Steam Vents complements those nicely. Isn't this neat? Like, I'm pretty sure it's just General Outburst, right? And choose not to... Oh, this is really sweet. This is cool. General plus Outburst and choose not to Glimpse is lethal, right? Because the Golem has haste too. This is super cool. Draw a card. Oh man, we're doing all the things. We're gonna hit them with plants. Guys, we're gonna hit them with plants. Don't go away, opponent. Don't leave. Let us hit you. This is some cool tech with the general. These cards were meant for one another. This gives it card advantage and also gives all the golems we make haste. This is so cool. And it gives us the first golem. Right? If we had seen general first and had cast Ascendancy, if it had been in the opposite order. I guess we'll often see in this Glimpse deck, we'll see it in the other order because we have more copies of general than we have copies of Ascendancy. Big Ben says, I love everything that's happening right now. These two cards get along really well. This is sweet. I've been looking for a card that pairs really nicely with general. I think I may have found it. And it's pulling some weight main deck because I'm letting it be how we kill them game one. Is we draw extra cards with this game one thanks to these threats, but most importantly, it gives my whole team haste. I want to see a 4 of Ascendancy deck. It would probably be Rhinos. It would probably be like Temur Rhinos, and then you splash white for the general. That'd be a cool deck. Darth Combo says it's a nice pickup for the general. Not a big fan of the colors, but it's doable. Yeah, maybe Go Games we could like do some sort of like General Ferrous, Temur Ascendancy, Rhinos. I mean, maybe that's the better deck that we just stumbled upon. Right? Like maybe I should just take seriously, maybe I should just take like Rhinos that's been doing well, tweak it a little bit, add a 4th color, right? So now we're worse against Moon. We can't have our own Moons, but hear me out. We play Ascendancies instead of like Jason. I don't like Subtlety. I really don't think